I don't do demo like a lot of people do demo. Okay, so the issue for today that we're dealing with this project is that 3 kids and a jackknife sofa, a jackknife love seat, and a dinette that turns into a bed. Well, the problem is that the jackknife love seat isn't long enough for the youngest. He hangs over the end, so what we end up doing is blowing up an air mattress in between the couch and the love seat, and then you can't get out of the RV because you have to walk over the mattress to get out. So the plan is to remove the dinette and to build bunk beds. And so that way Patrick can sleep on the bottom, Peyton can sleep on the top, and Paxton can sleep on the sofa. We'll put curtains in there so they can have a little bit of privacy, something they haven't had, have their own little space in the RV. And so hopefully that will do well. All right, so as you can see, we've just taken the cushions off of the dinette. I've taken the dinette table off, and I've started taking the wood apart here for the dinette. So what we'll do is take the dinette completely apart and out, and then we will work on putting the bunk bed in. Okay, so as you can see, I don't do demo like a lot of people do demo. I take things apart piece by piece so that it seems to come out easier, and certainly easier to carry and throw away. I don't just get after it with a sledgehammer. So we have taken out this seat. We're working on that seat. We've taken out the top cabinet here, and we've taken the window frames off, the valances. You can see everything kind of laid out right down here. So now we're going to finish taking this out, and then this area will be pretty much ready for the bunk bed. So next phase, here we go. Okay, day 2, and we actually built the whole thing last night, the bunk beds, and fit it, but now we had to stain it. So all of the, as you can see here, all of the old dinette is gone. We've taken it outside, and the new bunk beds fit in here, and now we're staining those, and then you'll see us putting those all together here in a minute. All right, so here are all of the pieces of wood. Light's getting kind of dark, so, but here's all the pieces of wood for the bunk beds. We have cut them all to length, built it together, and now we are letting everything dry after we have stained everything. This is just normal pine with 2x6s and 2x4s, and we've got another frame drying right there that we just did over here in the dark. So that frame is drying, and then we'll let it dry for a couple hours, and then we'll take it in the rig and put it together later on tonight. Okay, so this morning we had church, but then this afternoon we've worked on the bunk beds. We've got everything framed in, and so we'll show you kind of the preliminary look of these before we add the LED lights in each section and the curtains around, that kind of stuff. So, but take a look at this. Okay, so there it is. You can see the couch here, and then there is the bunk beds. Just a real quick and easy 2x4, 2x6 put together. The one thing I did do is, instead of using slats, I used a 3/4 inch plywood for the base for the top bunk, just to make things easier, and obviously to not have to cut so many things. But now what we'll do is we will add, you can see over here the old light fixtures there, just the wires are hanging there, and then another set of wires over here for the light fixture that was there, and then a set of wires up here on the roof, on the ceiling, that was for a light there, and we will turn all those into DC plugs for each of the areas, top and bottom, for the kids to plug in stuff or do stuff like that. So and then also what's left is LED lights all the way around on the inside of the top and the bottom, and the curtains. So that's next. Okay, so the second to the last phase in this project is actually to hang some curtains, and 2 separate curtains, one for the bottom bunk and one for the top bunk. That way whichever kid is staying here can have a little bit of privacy, you know, and block the light out to sleep better. So after the bunk beds were made and the mattresses are put in, the next thing I wanted to do was to hang something for the curtains to hang on. I didn't want a curtain rod sticking out, and I also wanted them to be able to wrap the entire sleeping area around with a curtain, especially the one up here on the top bunk where the windows are, the front and back window. So I got some of these drapes on Amazon, or some curtains rather, and then I got this really cool thing, and let me show you a little bit about it. All right, you can see this strip right here, this plastic strip with these rollers on it. I found that on Amazon. It's 5 meters, which actually you can see back there in the corner fits almost perfectly. They missed by about an inch or so, and that'll get covered up by the curtains kind of bunching right there. So basically it's real simple to install. The track actually hooks into these brackets right here, so you screw the bracket up into the wood and then hook the track to it, and go all the way around the entire bed with that. Makes a nice little corner. You can lay it out, since it's plastic, you can lay it out exactly how you want it. The one thing you do have to be careful of is that you don't catch a corner so close that the rollers can't roll by, since the curtains will be hanging right here. So now what we're going to do is try to measure the distance between where this is going to hang to about the top of this, and then what we'll do is measure down that distance on the curtain, and then put in these hooks on the back side of the curtain, so that we can fix the curtains there. We may end up having to hem the curtains a little bit. They might hang low or long, but we'll see how it looks after we put it in. All right, so the bunk bed now is completely done, and now we're going to kind of give you a little bit of a tour on exactly what we have done. All right, so you can see here is the bunk bed. You can see Peyton up here on the top, and then Paxton is hanging out in Patrick's bunk down there at the bottom. Guys, go ahead and show how you can close the curtains. So they can close the curtains to give themselves some privacy. Each little sleeping cell, if you will, has LED lights, so they can turn those lights on and be able to read and stuff like that. They even have some 12 volt and 110 volt power outlets, so they can plug and charge things up. This also blocks off the window, so she can open it up and get some window air, or get some air through the window if she wants, or she can close it off and the light blocking curtains cut out all of that. Down at the bottom there is no window to speak of, so that can, once it's closed off, man, it is very dark in there, which will be just perfect for a 13-year-old. So that's the end of that project. I think that they will certainly enjoy that, certainly a lot more than the dinette that was there. So if you have any questions or wondering what we did, put those in the comments section below, and I'll be doing my best to answer exactly what we did. So thank you guys for watching.